Welcome into the good old-fashioned dislike, where dynasties never die and hate is an extreme word, but just barely. This episode is brought to you by Collision Auto Repair Services in Killen, Alabama. Crashing the boards is a good strategy in March Madness, but not so much on the road. When your car suffers from unnecessary roughness, be sure to call Collision Auto Repair Services at 256-272-2007. We usually pick football rivalry and submit that rivalry to the panel dislike. But today we're talking a little basketball. And so be sure to join our bracket challenge at the link in the description. Password Triple H Pod. And of course, if you got any comments, we'd love to throw them up here on the screen, although it might cover up Blake, but can't hide his shine today. I'll go ahead and start, I love having to say this, Blake, but congratulations to you. The resident Barner on the Auburn Tigers winning the SEC tournament today.
Yeah, and luckily I know a guy that knows a guy who could hook me up with some sweet boxed seats to the watching Auburn Tigers get the big dub today. So definitely thankful for that.
Well, it's all about who you know, really. It really is
exactly
about
right.
Who you know. And we were talking just before we went live a little bit about who you know and how this tournament kind of played out. And I'm sure we'll get plenty of an opportunity to kind of unwind on that. So we are in the midst of a competition ourselves. I invited everyone to check out the description below, join our bracket challenge, come beat our bracket, come beat our individual brackets, and you'll win something from the Ben and Travis store. But we're also in a competition amongst ourselves. Josh Thorne, who's not with us tonight, is also in that for the coveted jersey, the custom jersey, one of which I'm wearing my last year's. I made the decision since I have two. Blake won the inaugural year. I've won it back to back and trying to catch up. But right now, Will is at 16-7. Ben in second place at 14-9. I'm sitting at 13-10 after a monster comeback after being in the hole after bowl season. Thank you, NFL. Blake and Josh set at tied at 12-11. And the way this works is each person will, in the first round is really where we make hay. So if I pick a team to go to the Final Four, and every time they win, if that streak continues, I get a W. And when they lose, I only get one L. Right. So it doesn't ding me every time they're not in it, but I don't get a chance. So it takes me out of the running to some degree. So it's not like everybody gets dinged for, if you lose, you pick somebody to go to the Final Four, you lose in the first round, you're not taking an L every time, but you miss an opportunity to get a win. So it's not necessarily a great thing to do that. So that's kind of the setup, and we'll get right to it unless any of you have any opening statements. Ben, your name's at the top of the page. You got anything you'd like to say?
No, just I have no idea what I'm doing here, even more so than in football. So, that it's probably going to go downhill from here. I'm in second place, but I'm feeling like it's probably going to get ugly real fast.
Sweet. Will?
I'm just praying that the Lord is gracious to me this season. I don't want to pull a, Atlanta Falcons here like in the Super Bowl and just completely forfeit the game. So, we'll see what happens. But maybe we can get one or two right here and see how things go.
Blake?
Just another season of the NCAA having it out for Bruce Pearl, winning the SEC championship. Still on the 4 line. I don't really know what we're going to have to do, but I guess we'll just go through Murderer's Row if we make it anywhere in this year's tournament.
Hey, you've done it before. You have done it before.
So is that why he was crying at the end of the game? Was it because he found out they were in that bracket, or was he really just excited about the win? I don't know.
Probably a little of everything, if I had to guess.
Been a crazy year. And so we're going to start in I believe that is the West that I have pulled up for some reason. We're going to start there, and we have I'm bouncing all over the joint here. We got
North Carolina versus Howag.
Yeah, and that is Ben Hayes getting to make that that decision. I figure that's a pretty
Well,
straightforward
it's a
one.
really tough one. I don't know whether to go with Howard or Wagner or North Carolina, but I think I'm gonna risk it all right here and say North Carolina. So
The Tar Heels. The Tar Heels.
the number 1 seed.
Mine is a little more difficult. I got the 8 and 9 seed, Mississippi State. Kind of hot there till they ran into the even hotter Auburn Tigers. But I'm going to go with the Spartans. Michigan State here. I think it's like 25 seasons in a row they've made the tournament. So yeah, so I'm going Michigan State. That brings us to Will, and is it St. Mary's? St. Mary's number 5 and Grand Canyon at number 12.
Yeah, I'm going to go St. Mary's here. Been to the Grand Canyon, wonderful place. Didn't look like they played much basketball out there.
All right, Blake, you get to go with the hot 12 game. I think they've won 12 in a row. Charleston at the number 13 seed with a flagging Crimson Tide team that has lost 4 of the last 6, I believe, at the number 4 seed.
Alabama. They are they're a team like a microwave. When they get hot, they can get really hot. But I don't think they're tough on defense, which is going to ultimately plague them in this year's tournament. But I think they'll get past Charleston in the first round.
All right.
God bless you.
You're welcome. Remember that.
It's only because somebody lined up tickets for him.
Yeah. Okay. Being nice is over with. Next.
Yeah. Done. It is done. Josh Thorne is rolling with the Clemson Tigers and Dabo. Oh wait, sorry, that was out of.
It's a different one.
It's a different coach that I don't know. All right, so we go back. Ben Hayes, you got Baylor and toothpaste.
I'm more of a Cincinnati guy, so I'm gonna go Baylor here for the win.
All right, so we get Baylor. That leaves me with Grant Skitball, with Daytona. I'm from Alabama, everybody.
Daytona 500, baby.
Yee.
The Dayton Flyers and the Nevada Wolfpack, the home team for Colin Kaepernick, which makes this an easy pick. Dayton.
Yes, thank you.
Dayton. All right. Willard, you're going to draw Arizona and Long Beach State.
Yeah, well, I picked against, the Grand Canyon out there, out west. So I'll go Arizona this one, just to give a little love to that area of the country.
Did y'all see the story regarding this Long Beach State team?
They fired their coach like last week and let him.
They fired their coach. They said, you know what? We'll let you play out the rest of the season. He ends up winning the conference tournament, and here they are in the big dance.
So do they rehire him at the end of the season if he takes it?
They're going to get beat by 40 Friday, so I don't think it's really going to matter.
Yeah, they're done.
Blake, you're not going to enjoy Jeff Taverner's first comment.
Cheated all the way to the SEC championship. I'll take it.
And it went right over Blake's face. So.
Is West Virginia even in the tournament this year? I had no clue.
So Blake, you got number 1 UConn. You're going to kick us off. Is this the East or is this? Which bracket is this? I guess I should figure that out.
The other one.
The other one for sure. I'm not East. Yeah, East. UConn and Stetson.
Give me Connecticut.
Talking about getting hot. Those guys can.
Yeah, they're good.
Real quick.
They're good. And also, I gotta get one over on the Georgia fans. No chance I'm picking Stetson.
Being it.
He's just against it. Josh Thorne going with the Florida Atlantic University Owls over the Northwestern Wildcats. That brings us back to Ben Hayes and San Diego and UAB.
San Diego. I was gonna go with the upset with UAB just for the fun of it, but after your description about the wins and losses, I feel like my chances of getting more wins might go with San Diego State. So not feeling real confident with UAB right now.
Who doesn't want to see that Auburn UAB matchup in the second round?
I mean, that would be sweet. That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
What's the
Is
pick,
there even
man?
a chance UAB can beat San Diego State?
That 12-5 matchup every year is always kind of question. There's always one or two.
One of them. It could be the Yale Auburn matchup, though.
Well, that's very possible.
I don't think we have it. I don't have an upset of a 12-5 yet, unless y'all are planning on picking one.
I mean, just roll with it. Let's go, UAB. Let's go.
UAB. I'm just glad it's not Bama playing UAB or Stanford or Samford, because that's going to be embarrassing.
Peer pressure.
I'm probably gonna lose that bracket right there. But
all right, I got the Auburn Tigers and the Yale Bulldogs, and I'm going with Auburn because they're hot. I actually, Blake, was going to pick Auburn to go to the Final Four till I saw the bracket they were in. Like, holy smokes! I mean, I still don't know. I mean,
it's a gauntlet, man.
Who knows? It is a gauntlet. Then, at some point, BYU could be playing you in their hometown if they hang on long enough. And that brings us to BYU and Duquesne, Mr. Will Mahan.
Give me Brigham Young. I'm going to go BYU on this one.
The Mormon.
Duquesne.
Where is that even at? I've heard it my whole life.
Somebody had to say it, right? Somebody had to. All right, Blake, you got the Fighting Illini and Morehead State.
Yep, give me Illinois.
They are not Illinois, and take it out on Morehead State. All right. Mr. Josh Thorne is going with the upset of Drake over Washington State. Taking Drake. Is that the singer or is he a rapper? I don't know.
He's for Kentucky.
Okay, gotcha. Well, whoever he roots for usually loses horribly. So Iowa State, Ben.
That's him. What?
Iowa State and South Dakota, Ben.
I wouldn't want to. Oh, yeah, it was. I think I'll go Iowa State on this one.
Make up for that UAB
I'm
pick.
gonna go safe bet here.
All right, that brings me to the tough, very difficult pick here of Purdue and play-in. Is that a team? Oh, sorry. It's Montana State and Grambling. Give me Purdue.
Mystic Graham.
Purdue. Will, you got the Utah State Aggies and the TCU Horned Frogs.
Horned Frogs.
Just read this. Utah State is 2-0 all time against TCU, with the last matchup in 1982.
Oh,
that is
man.
a while back.
Yeah, so
did they have 3-pointers back then?
Back when Ben was 2 years old.
Ben, that was not necessary to share. Like, you could have totally played off that you weren't even alive then. But.
You were one.
I was not even alive, nor was I even thought about. Give me the Horned Frogs.
Utah going down. All right, Blake, that gives you Gonzaga and Will Wade, former LSU head coach at McNeese State.
Did you see the thing about this that Will Wade posted that McNeese State sent out? So last year they lost 23 games. And when they hired him, he said, I promise next year we'll win 23 plus. Remember it when it happens.
Wow.
And completely, nice. I think they're like 31-3 or something. Like, it's insane.
Wow.
Jeff Tabner, have a good one. Couple late nights down at WV State Tourney and then North End Youth Rally Saturday. Boy, he's wiped out. It's not like you have anybody to watch this week anymore.
Oh, man.
Sweet dreams to that.
Blake, Gonzaga.
Yeah, Jeff can go to sleep just like West Virginia's basketball season.
Jeff,
I love Virginia. I'm just saying.
Me too.
I'm gonna go in the words of Kid President Gonzaga.
I like it. Nice pull. Deep.
Let's go.
All right. We got Kansas and Samford. And as much as I would love this, Josh is going with Kansas.
Give me the Bucky ball, baby.
Kansas. Then we have Ben Hayes Is that right? South
That is
Carolina
right.
and Oregon.
I'm going to take those Gamecocks because I still am happy that their football team took out Tennessee a couple of years ago. So let's go with South Carolina.
I was thinking similarly. Saved college football a few years ago.
Long live Steven Garcia.
Amen. Amen. As far away from me as possible, and Tuscaloosa. So we have number 3, Creighton, well-known basketball rival of the Crimson Tide, taking on the Fighting. Was it Tommy Bowden's? I think that's right. And I'm going with Creighton because, man, there's nobody that turns it on for the March Madness like Creighton does. Although they're not playing Alabama, so maybe not. Jeff giving us the weird emoji, sad face. All right. That leads us to Will in the Texas 7 seed taking on the winner of 10 Virginia or Colorado State.
Who is it? Texas versus the winner of who? Say that again.
Virginia and is it Colorado State? Is that right?
Okay.
CSU,
Give me Texas. I think Texas is a sleeper for the tournament this year. They got a solid team.
Texas. All right, Blake, you get the team that shall not be named versus St. Peter. Remember, St. Peter is keeping the gate in heaven, brother. So just keep that in mind as you make this pick.
That is true, but I don't know how good he is at basketball. I think the Vols are good at earthly things, and he may be better at heavenly things. So we'll go with
how you put that. I like how you put that.
Yeah.
The Vols. It was great, watching the Vols go home early. I knew when they went out early, I was like, well, Alabama's not winning. And then I was like, this means Auburn's going to have a path, but in my estimation, it's okay. I'd much rather Tennessee go home early. All right. So that puts us into Houston and Longwood is where we will go next. Houston and Longwood, that's a Josh Thorne pick all the way back at the top here in the South Division. Of course, he went with the Cougars. Houston. Somebody had to do it. Then Nebraska, the Cornhuskers, are the Aggies of A&M.
I'll struggle with this one back and forth. Because I know nothing about either team. My heart wants to go with the SEC, but Nebraska looked like they had some pretty good wins this year. So I don't know. Go Nebraska on this one.
The Cornhuskers.
Go Cornhuskers. That
sounds like a terrible time.
That one's for Caleb Sampson, right? Isn't he a Cornhusker?
Yeah, he's a Cornhusker.
Yeah.
I got 5 Wisconsin, who I believe lost today in the Big Ten championship. Got like 34 points dropped on them versus founding father James Madison. And I'm going to go with the Badgers. The Badgers over James
Just
Madison.
Bradley, baby.
All right. We got Will bringing on Duke and Vermont.
It's
a tough one, but give me Duke.
The Blue
Devils. I know nothing about basketball.
And if you've seen Duke's incoming freshman class, just give me them to probably win it all next year because they
pencil it in, huh?
Loaded.
Pencil it in. All right, Blakers, you got probably one of the best names in all of college sports, the Texas Tech Red Raiders, and the surprising ACC champs, the 11 seed NC State.
Yeah, they got hot, and I think they're going to keep it rolling. So I'm going to go NC State for the upset here.
NC State with the upset. I like it. And Josh is rolling with Big Blue over Oakland. And so Kentucky moves on. That brings us back to Ben Yamin, who's going to take Florida, who lost a big man today. Lost to injury, taking on the winner of Boise State, Colorado.
After you said that about Florida today, I was a little concerned, but I think they still got enough to take this one. So let's go Florida.
Well, let me tell you, if their little point guard shoots like he does against Alabama every time we play him, I don't know who's going to beat them.
I was about to say they're so guard heavy too. That's how Auburn went down low after he got hurt. But man, their guards are good.
That gives me Marquette and Western Kentucky, the Hill Toppers, and I'm going to give them the Western Kentucky Hill Toppers an L. I'm passing, sending Marquette.
Marquette.
Yes, exactly. That gets us to the second round, boys. And that means that Willard will be making that first pick, and it will be North Carolina versus Michigan State.
Yeah, give me the Tar Heels.
North Carolina moving on way back in the hills. All right. So that brings us to Blake, who is making a pick between number 5 St. Mary's and number 4 Alabama.
Do it, Blake. We are good enough.
Oh, yeah. Well, Mark Sears is good enough to beat half these teams by himself.
Gotta be healthy.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Give me the Ram Jams, I guess.
Yes. Let's go.
I don't even know if I'm pulling that myself, just to be honest. But, hey, we're going to take it.
They're not getting past the next one, though, so it's all good.
Yeah, they are.
It's all good. All right. So
It'll be rough.
So I never did hear back from Josh on Clemson Baylor. And so what we're going to do here is we are going to we're going to maybe it might get us there. And so we got Clemson and Baylor. And so we will quickly go back to the top of the page. Ben, who you rolling with Clemson and Baylor?
Okay, I'm just going to jump these.
You pick. I'll say who I'm going to take, and then so forth. Everybody will get a say-so here on Clemson and Baylor.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. I'll take Baylor.
All right. I'm going to take Baylor as well. What about you, Will?
Yeah, give me Baylor.
All right. That's going to make the official pick either way. But, Blake, you want to dissent?
Baylor beat Auburn early in the year. They're really good, so I'll go Baylor. Baylor
Bears. All right. That brings us to Ben and the Dayton Flyers and Anthony Grant, former Alabama coach, taking on number 2 Arizona Wildcats.
I'm going to go Arizona here because I have no idea. But I like Arizona. Pretty cool place.
There we go, Zona. Now I'm having to write these down. All right, so now we bounce back to the top of the page, and we get UConn and Florida Atlantic. I'll be picking that one, and I'm going to stick with UConn. Chalk here. UConn.
Here comes the matchup everybody's waiting on for UAB to put Auburn out.
Here we go, Will. You're the man right here, UAB and Auburn.
Come on, Will.
I want to keep my marriage in good standing, so I'm going to roll with Auburn.
Blake wouldn't rat you out, right?
Oh, I absolutely would rat you out.
I got major props with my mother-in-law though for the tickets. So
sweet. I'm glad you get credit for those.
I know. I was like, she said, thank you so much. It's like I literally did absolutely nothing. So.
All right, let's see. That brings us to Blake, the number 6 BYU Cougars, and number 3 Illinois.
Give me Illinois.
All right, the Illini. All right, Blake. All right, so now we will do another round robin of number 10 Drake, the singer, taking on number 2 Iowa State. Ben.
Number 2 Iowa State. I'm rolling with the Cyclones as well because, well, you know, they helped the Tide out a few years ago. We might as well keep it rolling.
That's me too. I actually watched Iowa State. They're a solid team.
Blake?
So is this going to count against me if I go for Drake?
No, this will all count against Josh.
Okay, I'm going Drake and Josh.
Drake and Josh, yeah, all right.
Drake and Josh.
Perfect.
I'll just pick Drake just to ruin Josh's.
Yeah, we should. Like, guys, what are we doing? Coin flip of doom him.
So I didn't realize that was how it was working. I'd have went Drake.
Oh man, it's cutthroat out here. There's a jersey on the line, people.
That's right.
There's a jersey on.
If
the
he
line.
wins because we didn't do that, it's gonna.
That might take him out of the running. I don't know. What do y'all got? No, let's do it. Let's keep it rolling.
No.
All right, Ben. You got the number 1 Houston Cougars and the number 8 Nebraska Fighting Sampsons.
Cornhuskers. Fighting Cornhuskers. How about Houston? I mean, they've been good for a couple of years now, so I'm gonna roll with them.
The Cougars. All right, that brings me to Wisconsin and the Duke Blue Devils. Ooh,
You know, Bradley wants Wisconsin.
that's what I'm saying. And I haven't picked much of an upset yet.
Oh, could it
And-
happen here?
And you know, Duke. Did Duke make the quarter? Did anybody know if they made the quarterfinals, the semifinals, like the Final Four of the ACC or not?
I don't think so.
They get put out early, I think.
I think. Yeah, because they were saying, did they not get put out the first round?
Give me Wisconsin. On Wisconsin, baby. There's the pick. There's the pick. All right, Will, we're to NC State and Kentucky.
Oof.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about Calipari, but it seems like, I know they got beat the other day, but it seems like their teams just peak, late February, early March. So I'm going to keep rolling with Kentucky.
Kentucky it is. Ye old Kentucky. And then Blake, you get Florida, number 7, Florida, number 2, Marquette.
I saw the Gators play today. Losing that big dude is going to be tough, but man, they're so physical. And if their guards play like they can play, I think they can upset Marquette. Give me Florida.
Nice.
The Gators. The Gator Chomp. All right. So that gives us on down to the Midwest with Purdue and TCU. This is where we will vote yet again.
TCU.
And once again, you can totally bomb Josh's tournament here. I have so Ben, Purdue, or TCU.
Well, I wanted to do what Blake did.
Horned Frogs, baby.
Horned Frogs.
All right, I'm going Purdue.
Are we sabotaging him?
I'm not.
There's no way. I don't think TCU gets past Purdue.
All right, so that's 2 for Purdue. Will?
Yeah, I'm rolling with the 7'4" monster.
That dude's a beast.
So.
Blake?
Give me TCU. I don't even care.
Ben's
got 5 kids and he put them to bed. So.
The Purdue is officially the pick, although Blake disagrees. Ben, you've got Gonzaga and Kansas.
I have no idea.
5 seed Gonzaga, 4 seed Kansas.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I'm gonna. I'm not watched either one of them. Do you know a record on these two guys?
I think Kansas is typical Kansas, and Gonzaga is not typical Gonzaga. If you catch my drift.
I mean, it's hard to go against
Tim
Gonzaga,
kid, who is basically the entire Alabama team's father, is not on the team anymore. So,
let's go Kansas. I don't know why, but let's
rock
go Kansas.
chalk, baby. I know why.
Gonzaga's always overrated. They do great, and then they never can do anything once the tournament hits.
All right, so I got USC East versus 3 Creighton. I have way too often been on the losing end of Creighton, and I have much respect for them. So there we go. Creighton, the Blue Jays are moving on. Will, you get to determine who the real UT is. Texas.
Man, I hope this game happens. This will be a good game.
Is this to go to the Elite Eight?
I believe so.
No,
it's to go to the Sweet 16.
Ooh, that's a
these tournaments are so long.
Man.
College football will be here before you know it.
I'm going to go with – I've been talking to a lot of Tennessee fans that just don't think Rick Barnes can get it done, that he's the Mark Richt of basketball. So give me Texas.
Nice.
Texas is proud, man, and the Biles go home. I am heartbroken, distraught, you might say.
Now watch Tennessee run the table and I lose the jersey because
Yeah.
he wins.
Distraught. But what a noble cause if you're going to lose the jersey.
That's true.
Noble cause. Hey, Blake.
Guess who?
Blake, we can do
I think the tournament ends here for Blake with Alabama.
Blake, we can do this.
I've been thinking about it a lot. What would happen came back around. I could make all of you guys super happy. It's and I think I kind of want to do it. Give me Alabama to lose.
Yeah, so I was fixing to say, there ain't no way, no how. North Carolina. Hey, you know what? I will take it. I will take that in a heartbeat. Although we did beat the North Carolina Tar Heels led by Michael Jordan back in the day. I don't know if we won that game or not, but probably not. But hey, what do you know? No one knows. All right, so we get to vote. Number 3, Baylor, and number 2, Arizona.
I think the Diamondbacks are looking pretty good this year. We're gonna go.
They made the World Series last year, so
let's go. I'm gonna go 2. I'm gonna go Arizona. Give me the Diamondbacks.
Give me Zona as well. Will?
Give me Baylor since Jaden Bradley's a traitor.
Give me the Bears.
Oh, the coin flip of doom, and here I am without a coin. Except I do have a coin. Yes. All right. So Jaden Bradley is an Arizona Wildcat, so he will be tails. Baylor will be heads, just for funsies, because we must have some level of revenge. I just knocked my camera. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. That's all that matters. No one needs to see me. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
We can still see you too if that.
Sweet. It's tails. And so Arizona wins. Arizona wins. The Wildcats keep moving on.
That's a motion front property in Arizona.
I'm sure. Sure you do. All right, here we go. We have the number 1 UConn Huskies and the number 4 Auburn Tigers. Ben Hayes, you are on the clock.
Oosh. You know what? I don't have a clue.
Apparently you don't know what.
Let's go Auburn. Let's go Auburn.
What? Auburn.
Let's do it.
Wow.
Let's do it.
Nice.
Lakers.
Travis, has he watched UConn play this year at all?
No. No,
but he watched Auburn today, baby. SEC champs.
Just Florida and UConn, just different teams.
All right, I got Illinois and let's see. Who did I miss for Ben here? All right, Illinois and Iowa State. Give me the Cyclones, ladies and gentlemen. The Cyclones. The Cyclones 2 ISU versus number 3 Illini. Iowa State's the make. Here we go. Over to Houston and Wisconsin for Willard.
Give me Houston.
The Cougars.
They're pretty solid. They are pretty steady Eddie.
Just don't play Bama and you'll be all right with Houston.
Right. Especially in Coleman.
All right, Blake, you got number 3 Kentucky Wildcats and number 7 Florida.
Give me Tucky.
UK versus Florida. Got to see Florida up close and personal today.
Man, there was a bunch of Kentucky fans there at the game today, and they were like, well, we might as well go to the game since we bought all ticket all session passes. So I don't know who they were cheering for, but there was a bunch of them there.
All right, we're back on the Josh. We got number 1 Purdue versus number 4 Kansas.
Kansas.
Blake goes Kansas. Ben?
Purdue.
I'm going to go Purdue as well, just based on how they've been calling fouls on Zach Edey, as in not calling fouls on Zach Edey. Will?
Give me Kansas.
Oh, the Will.
Jayhawk.
Flip
The
it.
coin flip of doom.
Flip
All right,
it.
so George Washington's head is really large. Zach Edey, heads. And Kansas will be tails. Here we go. Coin flip of doom. Makes a return. It's going to be Kansas, ladies and gentlemen. Kansas is the
down,
pick.
Josh. You're going down.
They're moving on. Kansas. All right. Ben Hayes, you got the number 3 Creighton Blue Jays
Oh, yeah, that team. Go
versus
with Creighton.
Texas. Number 7 Texas.
Number 3.
I tried to get us an upset there, and Ben ruins it.
Creighton Blue Jays.
You got the good upset. You got Tennessee going down.
All right. So the final is what is this? 8? Are we
Final
2
8.
8 finally?
We're at the 8 now.
Yeah,
That's going to die any minute.
All right, we're back to me, North Carolina and Arizona.
Go Chargers.
I'm gonna go.
You got some oceanfront property.
Give me Zona, Arizona.
Oh yeah,
Arizona. All right. So where are we to now?
North.
Auburn and Iowa State. Blake, I think you get to pick this one, Blake, right?
Did Will just pick?
No, that's right. Will's pick. Willard. Auburn and Iowa State.
Man, I don't even know any. Can you hit the little preview button? What does that say?
Let's see.
What are they? 27 and
27 and 7.
Wait, hold on a second. Gilbert.
Just stunning air right here. This is entertaining as all get out.
Who did you have Auburn beating a second ago?
UConn.
Oh, dear gracious. They're not going to beat this. So now I've got to figure out because, like, Iowa State ain't going to beat UConn, and I don't think Auburn's going to beat UConn. So, like, what do I even do here? What if neither team is there? Does it just nothing?
It won't hurt you. No, you'll just take no.
Thanks, Ben.
I'm the one taking the W here. I mean the L probably.
Yeah, let's go. I'll go Iowa State. I just think Auburn has a slip up.
Iowa State.
If they were playing, if every game was in the jungle, I'd pick them by 1,000. But
1,000. All right, that would be crazy. 1,000 points would be nuts. That'd be crazy. But it's not out of the realm of possibility in Auburn. Anything is possible. All right, Blake. Houston, number 1 Houston, and number 3 Kentucky.
Give me Tucky.
wow,
Kentucky.
he rides with
just to come down here.
with Shepard shooting those threes.
Yep.
Dude is an animal.
All
You gotta
right,
make some plays. You know, Houston's good, but their league is not as good.
All right, so that brings us to vote on Kansas and Creighton.
Oof.
I'm going Kansas.
I'm going Kansas as well.
Give me Creighton.
Give me Creighton.
Oh, we got to do the coin flip. You guys don't have anywhere to be tonight. I got it. Here we go. All right. Here we go. All right. Creighton is tails because I'm hoping they might fail. Kansas is heads. It is heads. Kansas gets the call. Kansas gets the call. Rock, chalk, Jayhawk, all that good stuff. All right. So that gives us the final 4 of Iowa State, Arizona, Kentucky, and Kansas. Kentucky and Kansas.
What an interesting lineup.
What we do here is this is a possible coin flip of doom. And actually, maybe we just pick it straight up. So it would be back to Ben, right? Ben would pick Iowa State, Arizona.
Well, okay. So do you want to do it like that, or because Ben would have more picks than the rest, than like me and Will?
However, y'all tell me. Y'all are the panel of dislike.
Since we picked it the way we did, does it still work the way where it goes like if you picked it in the very first round of whatever 64 or whatever it is, that if they kept winning, you keep getting it? Or because we picked every game, it's just that?
So I've written down every pick. So like
Okay.
you got
Yeah.
Auburn to the deal, and Ben or Will picked them to lose, right? If he gets that right, then he should get credit for that.
Right, but I'll get credit for them just in the games I picked?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
And that way, if they lose and go out, it only dings you once, so you don't accrue a bunch of losses, L's, but you can accrue, wins and stuff. So,
gotcha. All right, so I got
whatever you guys want to do. Y'all tell me. We can do the Final Four and the championship that way.
That
I
works.
don't care. You're the boss here.
Sweet. I love being the boss. All right. So we'll we'll do the Final Four. All of us will make the pick. Iowa State, Arizona. Ben, what you doing?
Arizona.
All right. I'm going Zona as well.
As am I.
Zona.
Boom. Arizona is the pick.
Give Josh Iowa.
Panel pick.
Josh picked Iowa State.
He just texted me actually with a picture of Cyclones. So I don't know.
All right, Kentucky and Kansas. Give me Kansas.
Yeah. I'm going to go. What?
Rock Chalk Jayhawk for me.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, give me Kansas.
Kansas.
Actually, you know what? I've been riding Kentucky all the way here. Give me Kentucky.
All right, Blake goes Kentucky. Everybody else goes Kansas.
I think you need a coin flip, Josh.
Blake's not in Kansas anymore.
You're so terrible. All right, so it's Arizona and Kansas for the Natty in Glendale, Arizona. What are the chances? What are the chances?
Give me Arizona.
All right, Ben's going Arizona. I am going Zona as well. Will?
Yeah, give me Arizona. I've been riding them too.
Give me Zona at home.
Boom. Unanimous. The Wildcats.
Give Josh Kansas.
All right. And I'll do, what are you thinking final score? How many total points? Sorry. Wow. That's like crazy town.
157.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I'm not even kidding.
I was going to say 160, but that's close enough. Let's go. 157.
There it is, folks. And submit. Once again, hit down the description down below, click the link, join the challenge. Can you beat our bracket? Because if you can't, you need some help. So we got the Wildcats winning. Any parting, maybe this is the last episode of the panel of dislike, the dislike, good old fashioned dislike. So if you guys got a golden thumbs down that you'd like to hand out for the whole entire season, now is the time. Blake, you are the champion today. So if you'd like to go first, you have the floor.
Yeah, I still can't wrap my head around how Auburn's still on the 4 line and in Spokane, Washington, with all the other blue bloods of college basketball. So we're right up there with everybody else too now, but it's just I don't understand some things, but it's part of it.
Will?
Man, I'm still trying to even think. I love basketball, so there's not a whole lot that I get too aggravated with. So, no, maybe my golden light would be if Nate Oates can get a technical every game that we play in the tournament. That'd be great.
It may happen. It may happen, especially since we may only play one. So
hope the Zebras don't hold them back. Just go ahead and give it to him.
All right, man.
My golden. I have a golden light, and I'll shut up. Alabama giving Nate Oates all that money. I love that. I don't think he's as good as what other people think. So I'd gladly play him every year.
He's got a higher recruiting class than Bruce Pearl next year.
Yeah, but he ain't going anywhere.
Hey,
look at the team.
Bruce Pearl 10 years to get as many SEC tournament titles as Nate Oates. So
yeah, he's got more Final Fours too. So
Bruce Pearl gonna be coaching in Indiana next year.
You're probably right. I'm not.
No way, no how. All right, man.
I mean, like anybody wonders what mine's going to be, but the subjectiveness of officiating.
Oh, you stole mine.
We knew it was coming.
Oh my goodness.
We knew Ben would say something about the refs.
Yeah, we did.
He can't not do it.
It's just it's not that they always do. I thought they, there's been games this year I thought they did well, but it's like you can't ever figure out what the rules are. Like every game is different. Every game is like like Mars Hill girls and guys, like those two games were officiated completely different. The championship games were like one was let them ride, one was call everything. And I know it's two different crews, but it's so crazy. You can't figure out what the actual rules are half the time.
Well, it's hard. It makes it hard for me to get invested because, like, I would have watched the whole tournament. But it's like I watch and it's like this was not this yesterday, and this guy's getting murdered. This guy barely gets touched, so it's hard for me to get invested because of that. But my golden dislike, Blake, you'll enjoy this. Is Nick Saban, you've been coaching for 50 years. Please weigh in on how we can make this better. Oh my goodness, can you believe this guy? Like, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He's so out of date. It's all about the money for him. He just blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, this man could literally leave and do nothing and watch college football burn to the ground and go play golf. So it just kind of irks me a little bit. Like, this man, I had a guy text me who doesn't even watch college football. And he was like, oh, Nick Saban, as soon as his players start making money, he gets really mad. And I'm like, do you know how many first-round draft picks this guy's got? Like, they're making bukus and bukus of money. Like, like if Blake, you want to give me a hard time about Nick Saban? Okay. You like college football. You've watched a lot of football this year. Don't be texting me out of nowhere when all you care about is Major League Baseball and you ain't got a clue. That's where I'm going to draw my line. So, golden dislike. Guys, it's been a great season. I appreciate you spending 48-something odd minutes on here with me talking basketball. It is a blast. Love you guys. It's been a great season. Certainly appreciate you and even Josh, who couldn't join us, for putting up with my constant 50 million texts today. So that's probably a golden dislike I should get for that. But it's been a great guys.
Thanks, man. It was awesome.
We'll see you, War Eagle.
Roll Tide.